On either side of the towering equatorial mountains of Darwin IV stretch the vast open expanses of Planitia Borealis to the north and Planitia Australis to the south. These great plains are immense and windswept, covered in sweeping fields of alien vegetation, from soft blue grasses to towering stalk-like growths that sway in unison with the breeze. Planitia Borealis, cooler and often shrouded in morning mists, is dotted with low, rolling hills and shallow basins that collect moisture during the rainy season. It is a region of seasonal abundance, drawing great migratory herds. The south is less known. Planitia Australis is warmer, drier and more sun-drenched, where the soil turns from gray to orange and strange crystalline growths rise from the dust like alien monoliths. Despite their contrasts, both plains represent the quieter, more open heartlands of Darwin IV, offering a stark, beautiful contrast to the jagged heights of the equatorial mountains that divide them. The prairie ram is a formidable, fluid-feeding predator and one of the most widespread hunters of Planitia Borealis. It dispatches its victims with a brutal, signature method, a high-speed charge that ends in thoracic impalement, allowing immediate access to internal fluid. So powerful are these creatures that they've been seen hauling their skewered prey across the plains for kilometers, heads buried deep in the carcass. One eerie consequence of this feeding technique is the haunting sight often left behind, two skeletons fused together, the ram's skull still wedged within the ribcage of its prey. Trapped among bones it cannot escape. The predator becomes an eternal part of the very puzzle it created. The rayback is a predatory, liquivorous bipedalian from the plains, weighing around 11 tons and first discovered in Planitia Borealis. It's related to the arrowtongue, but smaller and more agile, with a slightly different hunting niche. They are often solitary but can engage in cooperative hunting when necessary. They have leathery skin, a triangular eyeless head, and 4 elongated back spines that give them their name. These predators can sprint up to 48 kilometers per hour, leaping with surprising grace across ravines and dense grasslands. They are known for their aggressive behavior, attacking a wide range of prey including hammer-headed veltwings and sometimes even exploration equipment like hover cones. Though fast, they sometimes fail to catch quicker creatures like gyrosprinters, leading to exhausting but relentless pursuit. Their kill strategy involves slashing prey with a sharp proboscis, causing massive trauma before feeding by inserting their liquivorous tongue. Despite frequent failed chases, their persistence often pays off. With a volatile temperament and efficient hunting ability, the rayback remains one of the most formidable and feared predators on the plains of Darwin IV. The gyrosprinter is the fastest land-dwelling animal on Darwin IV, capable of reaching speeds up to 90 kilometers per hour. It cannot achieve its full speed in tall grass, but once on open ground, it accelerates rapidly, often outrunning predators. It uses sonar pings for navigation during high-speed chases and can run distances ranging from 100 meters to 5 kilometers, maneuvering in wide, agile turns. Even after escaping a predator, it continues to run to ensure maximum safety, only slowing after several minutes and eventually resting in the grass for up to an hour. The creature has a long, flexible body with 2 powerful, muscular legs that give it a unique bounding stride, sometimes reaching lengths of up to 15 meters per step. It also has a long tongue stored in its chest between 2 hearts, and a small cephalon at the neck's end, which houses sensory organs but no brain. Its biolights glow faintly, and it has a strange set of back-mounted nostrils and a sinewy neck topped by a bobbing, bony head. The body is exceptionally rubbery and flexible, allowing it to twist and stretch in ways that enhance its speed and agility. One of its most distinctive features is a set of rigid, horizontal post-like organs above the neck called halteres, which help it maintain balance while running. These balance organs are the inspiration for its name, gyrosprinter. Thanks to these adaptations, the creature can dodge, turn sharply, and confuse attackers, often vanishing into tall tube grass if needed. The thornback is a heavily armored, herbivorous tripedalian from Darwin IV, often found in large, social herds. Barlowe encountered them in the fall of 2358 near a dry riverbed in Casma de Sal, in Planitia Borealis. Herds can number over 100 individuals, with smaller pods of about 5 often wandering off to forage for fodderball weed. They are frequently hunted by predators like arrowtongues, but warn each other of danger using warning pings. Thornbacks are well defended by flexible bony plates and a long 2-meter horn, which protect them even while asleep. When threatened, they flee in tightly packed groups, creating deceptive sonar images that confuse predators. As they run, their hooves barely touch the ground, and their dorsal nostrils flare with every breath, dampening their backs with foam. Pod members move in perfect sync, relying on collective motion for protection. This unified, armored mass presents no single clear target, forcing predators to chase blindly, hoping for an opening. The bladder reed is a large, common, translucent, almost onion-like succulent of the plains on the planet. It provides a ready source of moisture for herbivorous and omnivorous plains dwellers. The electrophyte is a red, mushroom-like plant from the plains that can generate powerful electrical discharges. When one plant activates, it triggers a chain reaction of flickering lightning across neighboring colonies, creating a dramatic display. These discharges can be strong enough to kill small creatures like jet darters and serve as a defense mechanism. Predators like arrowtongues often hide among electrophyte beds, using the electrical activity to mask their sonar pings and ambush unsuspecting prey. The jet darter is a small, fast, multicolored flyer and the planet's primary opportunistic scavenger. Several species exist, including the vivid rainbow jet darter and the cobalt jet darter, both of which live in polyhedral hives made in plaque-bark trees, even in trees growing on keeled groveback. They use a biological ramjet system with a bone and gristle turbine to reach speeds of up to 150 kilometers per hour. In flight, they retract their legs for maximum aerodynamic efficiency. These flyers often trail predators, waiting to scavenge kills. Dozens may swarm a fresh carcass, but they scatter as soon as a large predator returns. When their hives are disturbed, jet darters will aggressively defend them, diving and pecking at intruders. The arrowtongue is a massive, liquivorous predatory bipedalian from Darwin IV, considered one of the planet's deadliest land carnivores. Standing around 8 meters tall, it resembles Earth's Tyrannosaurus rex in its ecological role. It has strong legs, a double tail, flipper-like appendages near the hips, and a jawless, rhomboid head equipped with sonar-emitting holes. Its most striking feature is a long, retractable, harpoon-like tongue that can extend up to 8 meters to impale prey. After capturing a victim, it injects digestive fluids to liquefy internal organs, feeding only on the resulting viscera. Arrowtongues prey on large. Though primarily solitary, they may gather near giant grovebacks to scavenge crushed creatures. These predators also conceal themselves in electrophyte beds, using the plant's electrical discharges to mask their sonar pings. This strategy confuses prey and gives the arrowtongue an ambush advantage. Despite their size and strength, they can be hunted by superior predators such as skuas and eosapiens. Their opportunistic behavior includes scavenging even at personal risk. They are apex predators of the plains, dominating most ecosystems they inhabit. Their terrifying hunting technique and physical prowess place them among the most fearsome creatures on Darwin IV. The bolt-tongue is a formidable predatory bipedalian native to the colder plains surrounding Glacier Cap North. Closely related to the arrowtongue, rayback and prairie ram, it shares their liquivorous feeding habits and aggressive hunting behavior. Distinguished by its striking white coloration on its back and the top of its head, the bolt-tongue is adapted to the icy environments of its habitat. This predator possesses a prominent sonar bulge forming an arc along its head, enabling it to navigate and locate prey through echolocation, as it lacks visual organs like all known predators on Darwin IV. While specific behavioral patterns are less documented, it is presumed that the bolt-tongue exhibits solitary hunting behaviors similar to its relative. The prismalope is a vividly colored, agile and social tripedalian native to the grasslands. This omnivorous creature is often seen in large, widespread herds, frequently pursuing smaller fauna across the plains. When chasing prey, a prismalope will gallop with speed and suddenly skid to a stop, breathing heavily through 8 lateral vents on its large, armored head. At a slower pace, it moves with a deliberate, almost curious gait, emitting low sonar pings and flicking its dual grasping tongues in a seemingly confused manner. As it nears its target, its movements become sharper and its pings increase in frequency. Among its common targets is the elusive flyer, a small creature that often escapes capture by blending in with the young butcher trees. Unfortunately for the prismalope, such pursuits can backfire. When tricked by the camouflage, it risks being ensnared and drained by the adult butcher tree itself. The butcher tree is a strange, predatory, stationary organism from the plains of Darwin IV. Though it resembles a tree, it is in fact an animal that preys on other creatures. It uses long, twitching, spear-like limbs to impale victims such as prismalopes, hoisting them into the air where their fluids are slowly drained. These kills are often left hanging or discarded near its base, creating a macabre ring of carcasses. It forms tight-knit groups with a central adult connected to up to 4 offspring through underground umbilici. Only the largest tree makes kills, feeding the young until their own limbs are strong enough to hunt. Yellow fronds surrounding its trunk sway periodically and are used to lure prey, often aided by a symbiotic flyer, the unnamed flyers, that mimics the fronds perfectly. This flyer acts as bait, drawing in predators that pursue it, which then fall victim to the butcher tree's strike. In some cases, multiple prey is impaled and drained simultaneously. The fronds are barbed and stretch from underground tentacles, helping maximize fluid extraction from struggling victims. Butcher trees rely on passive infrared sensors when prey is scarce, entering a metabolic lull. Their reproductive methods remain unknown, though it's speculated the symbiotic flyer may be involved in reproduction, possibly even as a second sex. The true nature of this relationship is unconfirmed due to limited data from the expedition. The pronghead is a fast, muscular, predatory bipedalian native to the plains of Planitia Borealis. It is easily recognized by its forward-pointing prong-like head and powerful legs, making it one of the region's most iconic carnivores. Standing 3 meters tall, it moves with agile, bounding strides across rough terrain. It is a liquivorous predator that feeds by injecting digestive enzymes into prey like many animals of this planet. Though it can hunt alone, the pronghead often forms small pods of 3 to 6 individuals, using cooperative tactics to bring down larger or faster prey. These predators use their environment strategically, hiding among vegetation to conceal their sonar pings. Despite being below apex predators like arrowtongues, prongheads are highly intelligent, persistent hunters vital to the Darwinian ecosystem. Scattered across the vast plains of Darwin IV, Pocket forests are small, isolated groves that break the monotony of open landscapes with dense clusters of unique flora and fauna. These miniature ecosystems, often nestled in shallow depressions or sheltered by natural landforms, support a surprising diversity of life compared to the surrounding grasslands. In these scattered areas, towering fungus-like growths, parasitic vines, and symbiotic plant-animal hybrids create a tangled, shadowy environment teeming with motion. Many creatures, both predator and prey, use these forests as hunting grounds, nesting sites, or places of temporary refuge. Though limited in size, pocket forests play an essential ecological role by serving as biodiversity hotspots amid Darwin IV's otherwise sparse terrain. The fin snapper is a swift, elegant, and agile predatory bipedalian native to the areas surrounding the pocket forests of Darwin IV. This creature preys primarily on jet darters, using its remarkable speed and precision to snatch them from the air. Fin snappers often hunt in coordinated pods of 6 to 8 individuals, showcasing cooperative predatory behavior. They possess a long, jointed hunting arm capable of impaling multiple flyers in a single strike. The arm moves so quickly it becomes almost invisible during action. Their airfoil body structure includes frontal grills and trailing vents that channel air, allowing for nearly frictionless, gliding movement across the ground. This anatomical adaptation enables them to move so lightly and swiftly that observers sometimes question whether their feet even touch the surface. The forest slider is a slow-moving tripedalian that inhabits the pocket forests, often seen shambling through the undergrowth. They use their elongated, purple oral tubes to sniff the air and sense their surroundings. Adults differ significantly from juveniles, not only in size but also in limb configuration. Juveniles possess a hind leg that eventually shrivels and detaches as they mature. Interestingly, this limb loss causes no distress and even enhances mobility, allowing adults to perform swift, agile turns despite their bulky appearance. Parents show attentive care toward their striped offspring, guiding them and warning them with pings when danger or obstacles are near. Forest sliders are easily startled by unfamiliar sounds, even when no real threat is present. They often drink deeply from streams, sometimes pausing for up to 15 minutes while their sides heave with the effort. Juveniles only follow their parents into the water once signaled, displaying a strong familial bond and cautious behavior. When they halt their flying, hook-tails drop to plaque-bark tree branches, hook them, and dangle inverted, folding their leathery wings around themselves. Sometimes, a pinging flight of hook-tails rises noisily from the trees and schemes away toward the open grasslands and travels far in order to find other pocket forests to roost and find food in. The gulper is a large, forest-dwelling predator native to the pocket forests. As juveniles, gulpers are capable of flight, but they lose this ability as they mature, becoming massive and largely sedentary. Adult gulpers grow up to 3 meters high and 15 meters long, with most of their length formed by a coiled, intestine-like tail. Their wrinkled, yellow-green bodies blend with the forest floor, and small, comical winglets flutter above their wide, gaping mouth. They produce a haunting, ululating cry from nostril-like holes in their mouth, accompanied by clouds of pungent gas. This eerie combination attracts prey, often leading it straight into the gulper's open jaws. The prey, once inside, becomes stuck on the sticky interior and is digested alive in a slow, gruesome process. Barlowe witnessed one such event, describing it as the most horrific death seen on Darwin IV. The gulper barely moves when hunting, relying on deception and scent to lure in victims. Once digestion begins, faint, muffled cries and gurgling fluids fill the air, until, finally, silence returns to the forest. Despite their grotesque appearance and method of feeding, gulpers play a vital role in the dark, quiet ecosystem of the pocket forest. The spade-nose is a small, blue-headed quadrupedalian that inhabits the undergrowth of Darwin IV's pocket forests, where it forages for fungi and small organisms using sonar pings and scent. Its shovel-like snout helps it sift through leaf litter, and it communicates with soft sounds and body language. Despite its cautious nature, it is highly vulnerable to predators like the gulper, whose scented traps exploit the spade-nose's curiosity. Though simple in behavior, it plays a key role in the forest ecosystem as both forager and prey. The flipstick is an enormous, tubular monopedalian native to the northern regions. First spotted by Dr. Evan Tenbroek, these creatures left a strong impression due to their remarkable locomotion. Standing at an astonishing 60 meters tall, flipsticks move by launching themselves high into the air using powerful inhalations through their wrinkled feet. They can leap up to 3 times their own height and cover significant distances laterally, with each landing followed almost immediately by another launch. Their bodies are lightweight and appear to be composed of thin muscle layers over a flexible internal lattice. One of their most unique features is a set of globe-like gyroscopic organs at their tops, granting them extraordinary balance and coordination mid-air. These gyroscopic sensors help them perform somersaults while flashing rainbow biolights across their side. Flipsticks use this agility and height to hunt microflyer swarms, which they pursue with stunning speed and grace. When closing in on a swarm, a flipstick unfurls 2 massive, umbrella-like scoops and emits a disorienting sonar tone to scatter and confuse the flyers. The scoops then vacuum in a large portion of the prey in seconds, making flipsticks highly efficient aerial predators. After feeding, they return to a resting pose, swaying slightly on compressed feet as their 6-sided torsos rise and fall. Though massive and bizarre in appearance, they are surprisingly agile and delicate in design. Flipsticks are one of the most extraordinary species encountered on the planet. The gel-sucker is a voracious, mantis-like quadrupedalian native to the plains and forests of the planet. These creatures are often seen in pairs, aggressively feeding on jelly bladder plants using their long, flexible proboscises. After consuming the gel, they continue to destroy the remaining bladders, seemingly for sport rather than sustenance. This behavior leaves behind scattered gel and broken plant matter across the plains. As a result, hopper cones are attracted to the area, emerging from their nests to scavenge the leftover bladder fragments. The daggerist is an aggressive, social, and highly agile predatory glider that lives in the canopies of the pocket forest. These quadrupedal aliens are among the most overtly social species observed by humans on the planet, living in groups within hollowed-out plaque-bark trees. Each group is usually led by a dominant, often larger individual, and daggerists demonstrate remarkable coordination, gliding, and climbing skills. They use their sharp arm daggers for both locomotion and hunting, often sharpening them on tree bark. Their bodies are muscular and about 2 meters long, with a bizarre jaw structure split into 2 parts, one cranial and the other a barbed, mobile feeding tool connected to their chest. They hunt by gliding from trees, latching onto prey, and injecting digestive fluids into wounds before sucking out the liquefied organs. Their primary prey includes trunksuckers, which they ambush mid-air or pry from tree trunks. The species communicates with sonar pings and defensive postures, becoming instantly alert to unfamiliar sounds or movements. They can be seen circling prey in groups, coordinating only the initial ambush before each daggerist competes individually for the kill. Injuries are common among them, often from ritual combat rather than accidents, and some daggerists show signs of having fought violently with one another. Despite their social nature, daggerists can turn cannibalistic under unknown conditions, possibly due to stress, dominance, or pregnancy. In rare and disturbing instances, a pregnant cannibal may be killed by its own group, and an offspring may emerge from its body moments before death. These newborns cling to their surviving parent as the group retreats into the forest. Daggerists show unpredictable behavior, often switching between cooperation, violence, and parental care. The trunk sucker is a small, plump, and noisy gliding creature native to the pocket forest. It feeds on plaquebark tree sap using a butterfly-like proboscis and clings to trees with powerful suction organs and claws. Despite being flightless, it glides swiftly between trees and is difficult for predators like the daggerist to dislodge once attached to a trunk. However, older or weakened individuals may fail to attach properly, making them vulnerable to aerial attacks. Trunk suckers often gather and rest at designated roost trees, and will sometimes feed from wounds left in trees by climbing daggerists. This behavior creates predictable feeding spots, which predators may exploit for ambushes. The keeled groveback is a massive, mostly nocturnal, turtle-like tripedalian native to the plains of Darwin IV. First discovered by the first Darwinian expedition after seismic tremors were detected, this creature can grow up to 60 meters tall and is known for the forest of dying plaquebark trees growing on its back. It moves on two enormous pillar-like legs and drags a rear skid that plows the ground, creating deep furrows and seismic tremors audible from kilometers away. Its diet consists of airborne microflyers and aerophytes, which it inhales in large glowing clouds through its gills. The groveback's passage flushes out smaller animals, attracting predators like arrowtongues who hunt in its wake. Despite its size, it has no natural predators except for the rare beachquill ambush. These creatures hibernate for over a decade, becoming overgrown with vegetation and animals, appearing as overgrown hills. Before entering hibernation, they dig deep burrows and deposit eggs using a long ovipositor. When the time comes, they rise slowly, shedding soil and debris as their legs tremble under their immense mass. Their emergence often coincides with the seasonal swarm of microflyers, which support their feeding need. Newborn grovebacks are nimble, three-legged, and fully independent, dashing off shortly after hatching. Over time, one leg atrophies and is replaced by the characteristic skid. They leave behind distinctive twin fecal trails and skid marks, once thought by humans to be signs of intelligent life. Even in death, the groveback retains a powerful dignity. As it collapses, it throws off trees from its back like spears and dies slowly, pawing at the soil. Moments later, scavengers arrive in harmony, feeding on the giant's remains, completing its life cycle in nature's grand design.